headquarters.
Oh,
Tower
unit?
Bridge, London.
That's from
Her name's Joe Nakashima.
Series 3, isn't it?
I need you to check out
Oh, oh,
all
oh.
the people who died in Atmos cars yesterday, and then check out the time.
Turn right.
Oh, you might be the next one, though.
I don't believe this.
This is your final destination.
I said take me to you.
Oh, you gotta get out of the car.
Go straight on.
Find my own way, thanks.
Get out of the car. No. It's gonna drive into the... Oh my.
Hold on. That's a phone.
Oh!
It's got a mobile.
Not mine.
I know whose it is.
Hello?
Doctor, it's Martha,
Oh my god.
and I'm bringing you back to Earth.
Oh, Martha. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Go on, hug it out.
You haven't changed it.
Neither of you. Right. Should have known. Didn't take you long to replace me then.
Now, don't start fighting.
I've heard all about you. He talks about you all the
Nice.
time. I dread to think. No. He says nice things, good things, nice things, really good things. Oh my god.
This is
he's told
great.
you everything. Didn't take long to get over it though. Who's the lucky man?
Whoa.
He's engaged, you prawn.
Really? Who to?
Tom. That Tom Milligan. He's in
Yeah.
pediatrics.
So who's behind this? I mean, they already established an alien presence in the beginning.
Doctor, Colonel Mace.
Sir,
Oh, don't salute.
but it's an honour, sir. I've read all the files on you. Technically speaking, you're still on staff. You never resigned.
What, you used to work for them?
Yeah, a long time ago. Back in the 70s.
Oh.
It was the 80s.
It's more like Guantanamo Bay out there. Donna, by the way, Donna Noble, since you didn't ask. I'll have a salute.
Oh.
Mark,
Thank you.
yesterday 52 people died in identical circumstances, right across the world in 11 different time zones.
Same type of car.
5 a.m. in the UK.
How did they die?
They were all inside their cars.
They were poisoned.
You must have checked it before it went on sale.
We did. We found nothing. That's why I thought we needed an expert.
Really? Who'd you get? Oh, right, me, yes.
We should head back. There's not much down here. Should be
Oh,
just
there's
all
something
of
down
us
here, I'm sure.
Or the hard way.
Oh my god, is that?
They're close. Excellent.
It's Rolo. And they're gone. Hello, Rolo. Inside joke.
Well, we're not the ones who got out of school early, Sonny. And stop playing Humpty Dumpty and tell us who you are.
Is that a reference to my height?
Short answer, yes.
A pity.
Oh no.
I am General Stahl of the 10th Sontaran Battle Fleet, known as Stahl the Undefeated.
Whoa.
It's all right for you. You can just come and go, but some of us have got to stay behind. So I've got to work from the inside. And by staying inside, maybe I stand a chance of making them better.
That's more like Martha Joan.
I learnt from the best.
Wow.
Hundreds of people working here, and no one's sick. Not one hangover, man flu, sneaky little shopping trip.
Man flu.
Not ever. They don't get ill.
Do they know where you are? Your family. I mean that you're travelling with the doctor.
Not quite.
Not really. You just left him behind. Yeah.
Maybe now is a good time to explain.
I didn't tell my family. Kept it all so secret. And it almost destroyed them. It wasn't the doctor's fault, but you need to be careful. Because you know the doctor, he's wonderful, he's brilliant.
But danger
He's like
follows him.
fire. Stand too close and people get burnt.
Ooh. I'd say that's about accurate.
Fresh air and geniuses. What more could you want?
No, she has to take some time to... Yeah.
I've been thinking... I'm sorry.
Oh?
I'm going home.
Really?
I've got to.
To explain things.
15th broken moon of the
Medusa Cascade?
Whoa.
Lightning skies of Cotopaluni's world. You're just popping home for a visit, that's what you mean.
Dumbo.
And then you're coming back.
Great big outspace dance.
Yeah.
Medusa's Cascade. I've heard that before. Even the name is false. Oh.
You have security clearance level 1.
Yes, I do. Why?
Colonel Mace wants to see you.
Ah.
Because I want to see him. Where is he?
Come with us.
Oh no. Oh, do I get to see Grandpa again? Wow. Hey, Grandpa. This is good. A taste of home, right?
Eunice been watching the Rattigan Academy for ages. It's all a bit Hitler Youth. Exercise at dawn and classes with special diets.
Turn left.
Kind of felt like a
One
cult.
question. We can't get rid of them so we can prove there's something wrong.
Turn right.
Drives me around the bend.
Oh, nice one.
Nice one, yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Yep. A flawed genius.
Do you know, with equipment like this, you could, ooh, I don't know, move to another planet or something?
If only that was possible.
If only.
If only that were possible. Conditional clause. Don't call Ross a grunt, he's nice. We like Ross.
I like Ross.
What exactly do you want?
Oh, look at that.
Zero carbon
It's the
cars.
thing the other guy used.
You look at the world and you connect things. Random
Look at
things.
this, stepping right up.
Why can't anyone else see it? The rest of the world is so slow.
Yeah.
No, I'll tell you what it's like. It's like finding this in the middle of someone's front room. This, to me, looks like...
Teleport, yeah.
Teleport pod.
We have an intruder!
How did he get in? In through the window?
Hey.
But this isn't typical Sontaran behaviour, is it? Hiding?
Sontaran.
These are teenagers stopping bullets.
Yeah, then show yourself.
I will look into my enemy's
Go on.
eyes.
Oh, wow. Strange looking fellow. I mean, he's alien, but... Or it's alien, but...
And your name?
General Stahl.
I like Ross.
Baked potato. Talking baked potato.
Oh, come on, Ross.
Ross, don't be rude. You look like a pink weasel to him.
52 deaths in the same second, man. That is just so cool.
Is the temperature significant?
No, that's just a phrase.
That's cool, man.
I don't. He just said doctor. Does that
Yeah.
mean something?
It does.
An enemy of the Sontarans known as the Doctor. Legend says he led the battle in the last great time war.
Whoa.
The finest war in history, and we weren't allowed to be part of it. The last of the Time Lords will die at the hands of the Sontaran
I doubt that.
Empire.
You would not believe the day I'm having.
Oh, does he get to meet Grandpa?
Sit in. Is it the Doctor? Ah, it's you!
Yeah.
Oh. It's you.
What, have you met before?
Oh, yeah.
Christmas Eve, he disappeared right in front of me.
Nice to meet you properly, Wilf.
Ah, an alien hand.
Donna, anything?
She's not answering.
The thing is, Doctor, that Donna is my only grandchild. You're going to promise me you're going to take care of her.
She takes care of me.
Oh, yeah, that's my Donna. Excellent! Then battle will be joined. Glorious warfare.
He lives for that, huh? Or they live for that.
We move to the final phase.
Now, this is starting to feel like a two-parter. Because I feel like time's running out.
I'm going to get it off the street.
No!
No, don't!
Cut it off!
It's them aliens again!
What's he doing?
Okay, yeah, this is starting to feel like a cliffhanger coming on. He's joining in. Look at him, he's all into it. Yeah. There's is a cliffhanger. Right then, so the first two-parter of Series 4, yeah, you know, at the end, they really start to feel like, okay, there's still so much that needs to happen, because, you know, the pacing of it was quite a slow build-up, right? And it really started to take off near the end. So yeah, it became clear that, yeah, there's going to be a cliffhanger. As expected, there was a cliffhanger. So yeah, first two-parter. Now, you know, I'm getting the feeling that this might be of the same caliber as the Daleks in Manhattan two-parter from Series 3, right? It had a similar feel to it. And then, you know, I suppose I'll probably get something of a different caliber, perhaps, down the line in Series 4. You know, perhaps something similar to the Family of Blood and John Smith two-parter. And that is a two-parter to top all two-parters, right? That is just incredible. From Series 3. So yeah, you know, you see, I mean, you guys have seen it all. I'm just kind of thinking out loud, but, you know, I've noticed a similar, you know, breakdown of how they break down a series in terms of the types of episodes, right? You see the formula. You know, after 4 series of this, I'm seeing the formula that's being used here. I mean, the formula is noticeable at this point in time. You know, you'll get the early two-parter, then you'll get the, you know, the really strong two-parter near the conclusion of the series. Now, it had a handful of things, some of them new. The new aliens, right? They kind of reminded me of the Jadoon from Partners in Crime. Or, sorry, no, from Smith and Jones, Series 3, Episode 1. Series, yeah. I had it. Similar to the Jadoon, much smaller in stature perhaps, but, you know, they're quite proud. The Sontaran, you know, according to the Doctor, they're the best soldiers in the galaxy, or the greatest soldiers in the galaxy. So, you know, they are quite proud of that. You can see that they are proud of the militarism. Now, you see two sides of that, right? You see the militarism on Earth as well through UNIT. Now, I might have them mixed up because maybe it might not be the same group I saw in Series 3. And I'm thinking of UNIT as in from the finales? Or, yeah, the finale or the two-parter. I think I'm mixing them up. I might have heard UNIT earlier in the show, maybe even Series 1. But I feel like I've heard that term before, or the name before, UNIT. Now, of course, you know, there's also a bit of an Easter egg for, of course, longtime Doctor Who fans. The Doctor mentioned that he collaborated in the 70s and 80s, so I'm guessing it's quite clear that this is a nod to earlier Doctors, perhaps, you know. So in that sense, you know, every now and then, not every now and then, it happens almost every other episode. You know, I'll notice they'll make some kind of reference. And, you know, even though I don't get the reference, I can tell it's a reference for long-running Doctor Who fans, right? Long-time fans of the show, of the character. So it's always nice, you know, even though I don't get the reference, you know, I can tell it's a reference. And I can tell that, you know, long-time fans of the show are going to get the reference. And, you know, it's going to be a nice moment for them. Because I myself, you know, I've seen shows and I've been a fan of shows that refer to old, or that make references to old things, right, from the series, and that always makes me happy. So yeah, you know, there's that. Of course, the return of Martha Jones, who also seems to have a Martha clones by the end of the series. Oh, sorry, by the end of the episode. But yeah, you know, I've got to say, quite surprised to see her back so early. I feel like I just said goodbye to her like yesterday. So yeah, in that sense, quite surprised to see her back in for an episode, or 2 episodes for that matter, so soon after her departure. I thought, you know, they would save a potential cameo for Martha maybe down the line. But, you know, in that sense, it also makes sense, right? Because if there is going to be another Martha Jones cameo, as there is in this episode, you know, surely it had to be with Tennant. So yeah, I guess they had to kind of bring her in now before he wraps it up, right, as Doctor. And you see that she's done all right for herself, right? She's moved on. So much so that she's moved on to a fiancé, right? And of course, to set that up in the finale, you know, she called him up. Dr. Milligan, again, you know, they established him as someone quite, impressive Yes, quite impressive, physically and mentally, right? So yeah, they set that up, and she has moved on, and she has a new man in her life, right? So that that whole crush, she certainly got over it, didn't she? I mean, that much was clear even in the finale, right? The series 3 finale. The dynamic, of course. The moment I saw that Martha is in this episode, it presented this really unique opportunity that only happens on really rare occasions, right? A former companion meeting a current companion. Now I saw it in series 2, right? Sarah Jane and Rose. Ooh. Now that was quite a feisty, meeting of former companions. You see that Sarah Jane had a bit of a jealous side. She was quite competitive. Now even Rose had a bit of a jealous side in that sense. So I kind of like that as well. Of course, this coming together of companions was opposite of that. It was the opposite of that. But the Sarah Jane Rose coming together, yeah. The first half of School Reunion, it was kind of like a feisty, oh, I was the best, or I was better, back and forth. This one, the Doctor certainly thought it's going to end up the same. They might start fighting, but Donna's like, oh, you're kidding yourself. You wish. It was much nicer coming together, right? And in that sense, you get a companion who's had some experience, of course, with the Doctor kind of looking out for the new companion, right? Yes, Martha has great respect for the Doctor, and of course she thinks he's a brilliant individual, right? Yet, there are some things there's some baggage, for sure. That's a given. That's been established since series 1. And, she was looking out for Donna, right? And telling her about her own experiences, and her family getting kind of pulled into all of it. So, it was great to see that she is looking out for Donna. And, because of that, Donna does realize that she needs to open up to her own family. Though it only ended up being to her grandpa. Because, grandpa made sure. And it's clear. You can see by the type of mom she has, this kind of thing is not going to fly. She would just freak out. And, I'll get to the grandpa. And it was great to see him once again. The scenes of her and her family, those are some of the best scenes of the episode, for me at least. Because, again, I love seeing her connection with Grandpa. Wilf, her and her grandpa, they share quite a bond. And, even the mom, yes, she is horrible to Donna, but it's the type of horrible that's only possible for a mom, right? I think she's only horrible to her because she cares for Donna, right, as a mother. The nagging mother, right? They established that some time ago. But yeah, Grandpa, great to see him again. He's such an endearing and charming character, right? And in that sense, he's already becoming one of my favorites in terms of side characters, attached to the companion. So I love to see him, and I love that he finally actually got to meet the Doctor once again, because he did meet him in that Christmas special, right, at the newsstand. So, Donna and her returning home, you see that even though she's only had a few trips, those trips have brought her some immense experiences, right? She's experienced some, death and destruction. She's experienced the human race being terrible, or continuing to be terrible, far down in the future, right? She's seen a lot of dark things already, a lot of sad things, right? So you see that juxtaposition, of her getting, her coming back home and seeing the familiar sights and comforts of home. You see the street she remembers, you see Grandpa, you see the kid just playing with a football, and you see, again, the flashes of the experiences she's had. So it was a great moment for her to kind of, come back to this, and get to open up a bit to her grandpa about this. Of course, there's the flawed genius, Luke, I believe. Quite the character. I'm guessing, or maybe I'm sensing that by the end of this two-parter, maybe the Doctor might be able to guide him, or give him some guidance, and perhaps put him on a different path, something a bit less insidious, a path that allows him to use his incredible, or genius intellect for something else. And one of the things you notice about characters that are presented as some sort of genius, you see that they feel like they're not challenged enough, that they feel like outsiders, an outlier, given that everyone else is not able to exist on the same level as them, or understand things at the same level as them. You become bored right? You become detached. And I felt that the Doctor even kind of understands that, you know, the position this Luke finds himself in, you know, that he's so clever, right? That he feels lonely in that sense. And I feel like on some level the Doctor understands that. So it'll be interesting to see if they go into that direction, you know, by part 2, by the end of part 2, maybe he can maybe guide him into a direction, perhaps. But yeah, you know, I've noticed that in characters like this before, you know, an intellectual genius that is unchallenged, right? Not challenged enough, and they end up kind of falling on a path that does, you know, challenge them or fulfill that inner need. I feel like that's the thing I'm seeing here. And I'd say from the unit side, Ross was probably the most likable. He made for a great tag-along side character, him and the Doctor. And of course, the actor who plays Rollo from Vikings. So that was great. Always great to see a familiar face from another show I liked. So, you know, it's always great to see familiar faces turn up in Doctor Who, and I'm sure it's going to continue. You know, I mean, just in the last, not in the last episode, but in the Fires of Pompeii, I saw a future Doctor show up, and I saw a future companion show up. So yeah, so I think that's about it for this episode. Oh, actually, they name dropped something quite interesting yet again, a second time now, right? The 15th broken moon of the Medusa Cascade. The Doctor himself mentioned it this time. Now, I know the Medusa Cascade is the exact same thing the girl mentions in the Fires of Pompeii. I'm not sure if it was the 15th broken moon specifically, but the Medusa Cascade, that is the second time I've heard that. And, you know, that was followed up by before she mentioned that, she said even the name is false, you know? So yeah, you know, I'm keeping note of these things, just like the last episode, you know, the planet of the Ood, or Planet of the Ood. They had a lot of interesting moments at the end there, right? A lot of interesting setup moments that I'm really making note of. So they've done that quite a bit already. Even in this 4-episode span, they've set up a lot of these things. So interesting to see how it all plays out and how it all comes in, right? Comes into play throughout these episodes. I'll remember. I'll make sure to remember these things. Consider dropping a like. Consider dropping some comments. Give me your thoughts on it. If you really do enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel. And, you know, maybe help the channel grow and help other Doctor Who fans find these. If you're interested in full length for this episode, or maybe even early access to the next episode right now, consider checking out the Patreon page. And I should mention that my source is the Blu-ray, so that is used for the timer-based full length, if you are interested. Right then, that's about it for this one. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for your time, and I hope to see you again soon. So until then, take it easy.